hello everybody. I'm meteorologist Ashley Smith here in the First Alert Streaming Center on this Tuesday. Definitely losing track of the days here, especially because we've had such similar weather. It seems like every single day, with the remnants of Helene still, of course, impacting the tri-state, and of course, continuing to watch the tropics, as I mentioned, kind of in the title of this, so we're going to dive into that. But mostly because we want to talk about the fact that there has been a little bit of some misinformation out there with what's going on in the tropics. So I want to kind of clear that up. I know I talked about it yesterday, and we've been talking about it on air, but just in case some folks missed it, I want to mention that. So let me see here. We do have a cold front that's going to move through today. I was just trying to check the location of that. Looks to be kind of moving between the Illinois and Indiana border, so still a ways away from us. But we're going to see a significant difference. For example, let me show you, or let me explain to you what's happening between that front on the kind of ahead of the front and then behind of the front. So I don't know, basically in central Illinois, one of these is Springfield, and then east of Springfield, there is a dew point of 63 degrees ahead of the front, behind the front 45 degrees. So it drops pretty rapidly. And then just to the west of that, you have dew points, across Missouri, a lot of dew points in the 30s and 40s. So we're going to see a significant drop in the humidity, because I know it's October and you're saying, well, what, like, it's not humid outside, it's kind of damp, it's muggy. Yes, that is true. It definitely doesn't feel like July humidity, but that air is thick. You can definitely tell. I was out running this morning and the air is still, the air is thick. There's a little bit more of a breeze now, but you can definitely feel kind of that thickness in the air because of the humidity. So, all right. Hello, Belinda. All right, we're going to get into this right now. Again, we have some different schedules here at Fox 19 this week. So, and with the news of Pete Rose passing away yesterday, we've kind of changed the schedule today as well because of a lot of moving parts. So you have me today and again tomorrow. So at least I think I'll be doing it tomorrow. Ethan Emery might step in, but either way, I'm here doing these newscasts today and tomorrow again. So we are talking about cloudy skies across the region right now. Very dreary day. Again, got damp feeling in the air, no doubt about that. But we're going to be seeing at least a chance for rain later today too. So again, on local radar right now, nothing showing up. It is dry. Let me show you where that cold front is right now. And you can see there's more showers starting to develop, especially in northwestern Indiana right now. That's the front. So it's kind of crossing through Illinois. So what I was talking about with those two observations where the dew point was in the 60s and then it drops to the 40s behind the front. Basically, it's in the 60s here. It's in the 40s in Springfield and central Illinois. So we're going to see drier air finally move in tomorrow. This cold front is also going to force the remnants of Helene finally out to sea, away from any of those areas where they've been dealing with all of that heavy rain. So that's good news. Hello, Natasha. We were talking about the flooding in Asheville and in Tennessee, and obviously a very large issue. And now they can finally really start to clean up, or maybe by tomorrow, without worrying about additional rainfall. We're going to be dry for a few days, not only us, but them as well. Haven't seen any kind of significant rain today, but with that moisture, yeah, so the airport's not picking up on any kind of rain. So, yesterday I think it was like 1/1800ths of an inch of rain is what we ended up with. Today, it's going to be less than 1/10 of an inch. So we do have a couple of things happening in the tropics right now, and I want to pull this up so that I get it correct. Hi, Scott. And yes, RIP to Pete. Of course, we'll have more on that coming up this afternoon, too. Still kind of gathering a lot of details, a lot of reaction from that. And I know a lot of folks have been going down to his statue as kind of a memorial for him as well. So we do have Tropical Storm Kirk, which is actually kind of west of here. It's already developed. This particular map is just showing you what could develop. So this storm system that you see here off of Africa has a 80% chance of forming into a tropical system in 48 hours, a 90% chance in 7 days. This storm system, or this potential tropical system, only has a 10% chance of forming in 48 hours and a 40% chance of forming in 7 days. So it has actually weakened a little bit and slowed down that development and that the potential of it to strengthen. So the misinformation that I've seen out there, mostly on social media, has been from people saying that this storm system has an immediate threat to the United States and to some of the same areas that had to deal with Helene. That is completely untrue. As a matter of fact, it is going to stay kind of in the Gulf for a while. If it even becomes a tropical system, we're not looking at that happening for another 7 to 10 days. Again, if that even happens. At this point, it looks like if it were to become a system, it's not going to be very strong. So still a lot to happen with that one. The one that we will be watching to become our next named storm system, which would become Tropical Storm Leslie. That's this storm system that's barely off of the coast of Africa at this point. So still going to continue to track those tropics. There is a lot going on, but nothing impacting the United States anytime soon. And by anytime soon, I mean at least in the next 7 to 10 days, we're good. So, just want to get that out there because I know a lot of folks are worried, as they should be, because obviously we could use some dry weather around here. So, okay, so temperatures outside right now in the 60s to near 70. I do think temperatures today will be very similar to what we had yesterday. Yesterday we hit 77 degrees, so we're looking at about 78 today. 70 in Florence and Harrison, 67 in Dry Ridge, 69 in Warsaw. 70 right now in Hillsborough, West Union at 72. At CVG, it is 70 degrees with winds out of the west at 5 miles per hour. So not much of a breeze. It's by no means windy, but we do have a little bit of a breeze to kind of stir that air around at this point, which will help things out because it feels pretty kind of humid out there. As a matter of fact, actually, let's look at those dew points. Probably most of them in the 60s, as I mentioned. Ahead of that front, looking at those dew points in the 60s to near 70 for most of us. So not much of a difference across the area. Everybody kind of feeling that sticky air. So today, again, about 78 degrees for your high temperature later this afternoon. We could see a little bit of sunshine. Remember yesterday we actually saw quite a bit of sunshine in the afternoon hours. I don't know that it'll be quite like that where, I mean, during like the 3 and 4 o'clock newscast specifically, we were seeing lots of blue in the sky while other folks were still dealing with rain. I think today it'll be a little bit different than that. I don't think we're going to see as much blue in the sky. When we do see the breaks in the clouds, it shouldn't be as significant. So spotty showers possible this afternoon. This is it. And this model has actually more, I'll show you the other model here coming up next. But it has lessened the intensity of the rain in the last run. You see here 8, 9, 10 o'clock, could see a little bit of light rain. That's PM tonight. And then by tomorrow morning, we're completely dry and we'll see those clearing skies with afternoon sunshine. Temperatures tomorrow cooler than today, cooler than yesterday, dry air, so very comfortable. And then we do see our next chance for rain by the end of the weekend, basically Sunday evening. And I'll show you that here coming up in just a bit too. So this model has a little bit of a different depiction, showing more in the way of rain. This is the high resolution rapid refresh model, and we're seeing more spotty rain. This is kind of what that last model or in-house model was showing earlier. So either way, I think prepare for some scattered showers anytime between now and about 9 p.m. as that front moves through. And then by tomorrow morning, everybody is dry with temperatures in the 50s. And then we'll see those clearing skies throughout much of the day tomorrow. Okay. This will show you what's happening, I think, on Sunday. If it doesn't go all the way out to Sunday, I'll fix it. So yeah, by Thursday, high pressure firmly in control, steering all of that rain away from us. And then Sunday, we have that chance. We might even remove this chance for rain on Sunday. Actually, let me pull this up and look at it in a little bit more detail because let's just do a week. Let's do today. Okay. So, yeah, there goes the high pressure. And then, yeah, Sunday now it looks like that rain actually stays off to our north. So we might actually remove the chance for rain on Sunday. Oh, well, if I take this high pressure away. Yeah, so a few very light, not very impactful showers possible Sunday evening as that front actually moves through. And then it looks like we dry out again for Monday and Tuesday. So actually looks pretty nice. So I think if you do have plans to go to the game at Paycor Stadium on Sunday, tailgating should be just fine. The game is fine. It's not until later in the evening, after the game that we could deal with some of those showers with temperatures warming into the 70s by halftime. So, yeah, looking pretty nice for most of the weekend. Here's that 7-day forecast. So tomorrow we are a little bit cooler with highs back into the low 70s. Thursday, 77 with plenty of sunshine. We're close to 80 on Friday. Saturday, mid 70s. And then a slight chance for rain late in the evening on Sunday. Does not impact the Bengals game. And then Monday, partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the low 70s. So should be pretty nice for any of those outdoor plans this weekend. Is this what I want? Yes. So we're going to go beyond the 7-day forecast. See what it looks like further into the month of October. Of course, today is the first day of October. So yeah, more 60s and 70s for high temp, more typical of this time of year, overnight lows 40 actually, but very dry. So again, what's going to be interesting on Thursday when the drought monitor gets released is to see how much of the moisture that we've had in the past week actually was able to soak into the soil and how much of a difference that's going to make, because it looks like then we go right back into a lengthy period of dry weather. So will that moisture be able to hold us over for very long? So that's kind of, the drought monitor I think is something that we'll be looking at for a while to see these impacts in the coming days and weeks especially. So, okay. Catching up on the comments. Scott, I am actually running a marathon this weekend in Portland, Maine. So I'm not doing Columbus. That's exciting. Good luck to Curtis. I hope he has fun. I did the Columbus Marathon in 2012, and I loved it. Okay. I'm actually hoping that in Maine, the fall foliage has already changed. We actually probably have that map. I think we've been kind of ignoring it because I don't think the fall foliage is going to be that nice around here. And we'll definitely have to travel. But I do think that there's going to be some spots where that fall foliage is going to be great. Areas that have actually had some precipitation and some cooler nights. That's kind of what it takes. Let me actually look. Okay, so what is it? Today is October 1st. So we are already into patchy colors, patchy fall colors, which I think is true. I think the leaves that didn't get knocked down by the storms that we had, or maybe not storms, but the high winds that we had from Helene, the leaves that are left that have been able to stay alive, we have seen some patchy colors. I think especially if you go closer, and actually, one map that we could probably look at to tell us where the fall foliage is going to be the best is the drought monitor, because it coincides to where we've seen some of that precipitation. So I'll pop that up here. So in the areas where we have the more extreme drought, probably not going to see much in the way of fall colors, but it does say actually in Maine where I'm going that they're near peak right now. So should get to see some pretty colors. But around here we start to see, let's see here, near peak doesn't get here for another couple of weeks by the middle of the month. So we might be able to, again, some of those leaves that we're able to hang on where we've seen more precipitation. So if you want to go to areas of Mason, Lewis County, kind of along the AA highway, I was traveling there a couple of weeks ago, and it was actually, it was actually patchy colors, kind of what the map tells us. These areas are going to see better fall colors, probably not. And another thing is once you get south of Lexington, so closer into, say, the Red River Gorge area, maybe going into Tennessee, obviously Nashville or Asheville this time of year. It's very unfortunate that, of course, that city has been kind of washed away because it's a beautiful area to see the fall colors. And I know a lot of folks, of course, make plans to go there this time of year, even from here, and probably having to change those plans because of the devastation in that city. From Hurricane Helene, or from the remnants of Hurricane Helene. So But yeah, around here, I just don't think we're going to see beautiful fall colors, or if we do, it's going to be very, very patchy and closer to where we've seen more rainfall, more consistent rainfall too, because obviously we ended the month of September. Now we can go back and actually look at this because it is officially October. But let's just see how wet it was. Let's see. So normal rainfall total for the month of September at CVG is 3.11 inches, and we saw 5.63 inches for the entire month. Of course, a lot of that happened in the last week of the month. So it's about 2.5 inches above normal when we were in a deficit of like 3 inches. I mean, we were in a deficit of 5 inches going back to May. Now we've pretty much made that up, or at least come close to it. So, yeah, I'm trying to see how, so starting on the 24th. So yeah, literally the last like 6 days of the month, we saw most of the rainfall for the entire month. I mean, all but half of an inch. So, yeah, we'll see what happens this month, because again, we need that kind of sustained precipitation. So, probably going to have to cut the grass another time or two, and then just because of the temperatures, it'll be done growing. So, I don't know. I know some people are probably excited about that. Others probably enjoy it. So I don't want to say that's necessarily a good thing, because some folks might actually enjoy getting out there and taking care of the grass every week or so. Okay, just want to catch up on some of the comments here. Okay. And let me show you again today's forecast, because we do have more rain. This is our last chance for rain until maybe we get a few showers again Sunday evening. Sunday evening, by the way, to kind of fine tune that timing a little bit better, we're talking about after, say, 6 p.m. So it should not impact the Bengals game at all. Okay, let's look at the timeline for rain today. Again, really any time between now and 9 to 10 p.m. We could see a few of those spotty showers. It's nothing significant. You can see that rain remains pretty light. We're looking at less than 1/10 of an inch, because as this rain moves through, it moves through fast enough that it doesn't linger in any one spot and bring any of that really heavy rain. Again, by about 9 p.m., that front is slicing right through the central portions of the viewing area, leaving behind drier air, cooler air. By Wednesday, we are dry with all of that rain pushing off to the east. Cloudy skies for the first part of the day Wednesday, but then we see plenty of sunshine by Wednesday afternoon, and that continues into the end of the week as well. So actually pretty nice weather starting tomorrow through at least the first half of the weekend, if not even longer than that. But no rain showing up locally right now. We'll be tracking it, especially later this afternoon. Of course, I'll have your forecast beginning at 3 and 4 o'clock. Chief Meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer has 5 and 6, and he'll have your streaming show at 7:15 as well. So we can go into more details about the upcoming forecast for this weekend, and dive into those details on the tropics as well. I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know that Leslie will become a name storm today, but in the next couple of days, we will likely see that L storm become named, which again is Leslie. So yeah, but continuing to track the tropics. They are calmer today compared to this time yesterday, because Joyce and Isaac have faded away, have dissipated. So the only named storm that we have right now is Kirk. But 2 systems out there that that the National Hurricane Center is monitoring. So, yeah, and of course we went from really needing the rain to now being like, okay, we're good. We could really use dry weather. It's feast or famine, I guess. Yes, it's Halloween month. So spooky season is officially upon us. So is pumpkin spice latte PSL season. This is from Big B. They were on the show earlier and made me this pumpkin spice cold brew, which is delicious. The foam is so good. It has like some cinnamon on top. So good. Speaking of the Bengals, it's in a Bengals cup, because every time that the Bengals win, the following day, Big B offers half off their Bengals themed drinks. So obviously they've only been able to do that once so far this season, just yesterday, but they're hoping to do it again next Monday. We all are hoping that, right? Okay, so I'm going to get off of here and prepare for the afternoon shows, but again, nothing to really worry about with today's rain. There's no severe weather expected, no heavy rain, but it's finally the end to this very lengthy period of time that we've been dealing with wet weather. And then we will see the sunshine tomorrow for everyone for much of the day. We just have to get through some clouds just during the morning hours, and then it will be much, much better. We ate and drank well on the show today. We had Taste of Belgium in here, Gold Star Chili, Big B. Yeah, it's been a good day here at Fox 19, food and drink wise. So, all right, again, we will have much more coming up at 3 and 4 o'clock, well, throughout the entire afternoon and evening. We're still less than 24 hours away from when we found out that Pete Rose passed away, so we'll have more coverage on that. And a lot more. I was looking at some of our upcoming stories. We have a lot more too, still talking about the relief efforts for Hurricane Helene, and of course all of your local top stories too. So hopefully I'll see you coming up here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Have a great day, guys.